welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, otherwise known as a Fifi, La Pew Pew, or a Leffy, or a Leaf Blower, or if you happen to be Jingles, but I think that's meant because the needle got stuck somewhere. Okay, battle has started, but Steel Mike, who's commanding this Fifi, has not loaded in. His gun dropped. Oh, he's loaded. Okay, 7.85 seconds is the load time, and it's a 105mm light field howitzer capable of doing 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armor. And it's a standard battle, and it looks like he's going to try and fight in these bushes. He's dodging a KV-1S. Oh, going the opposite way, and the 60 GFT. Looks like he got on the main route coming out of the spawn point. But he's aiming towards the north, and normally I would aim straight for the bush, the spotting bush, and try and put a shell into that. But at the moment, well, he's actually aiming off to one side. I'm not sure why he's doing that. His vehicle appears to be locked in position. His handbrake's not engaged. Oh, it's actually that the reticule is not on target. And we're looking there. Now the reticule's on target, or is it? This is very strange. His aim point is away from where the reticule's marked. He's just fired around. The shell is going towards where the shell is being aimed, but the reticule's not following. Now, that's very, very odd. I've not seen that happen before. Maybe a mod error. He's fired around at the Churchill, gets a direct hit, 106 hit points. He's aiming up the hill now. The reticule seems to be still off to one side. Very peculiar. Rounds out on the Chaffee. Didn't land near him. And now he's looking at a P43. Yes, that reticule problem seems to be following him around. He's aiming towards that P43. Fires around. It goes right over the top of that Tier 5 Italian medium. Yeah, we still don't know why that's actually happening, but it does appear to be following him around wherever he goes. Okay, M4A3 EZ8 up at the top of the hill. It's the Tier 6 M4 with the much better gun. And direct hit there on 133. Now he's got an A43, which is, well, it's supposed to be a T34 replacement. He fired around in there, but it didn't hit the target anyway. Wasn't fully dialed in. Okay, he's going for the EZ8 again. He fires around in, and yes! 114. And that guy's pulling away. Fires around at him, but note that one missed. Now he's got a Hellcat. This should be a little easier to hit. Rounds out. Oh, moved away from the aim point. He's still having difficulty trying to get it on target. That's it. Okay, he's ready to shoot. Rounds out. Just misses the Hellcat. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out. This should hit. Oh! The Hellcat seems to move the moment he knows the shell's on the way. ARL's pulled away. We've lost a lot of tanks there. But so is the enemy. He fires another round in. That ARL's moving to avoid the shells. Pulling back, and he's not adjusting his lead. But this time he should be able to get it right. Rounds out. And that was a direct hit. Okay, he's going for the Churchill 1. Who's, well, very slow moving heavy tank. He fires around at it and gets a direct hit on that one too. Okay, he's lost sight of it now. We'll have to investigate that reticule problem after the battle. Got a shot on an OI. Definitely hits that. It's too big to miss those. Even though Steel Mike's still doing his firing from a distance thing. Does give you an overall view of the battlefield, but it's not giving you a precise view of where the shells are falling. Fires at the Churchill 1, and he's killed it. So that's his first kill of the game. Going for the OI experimental, but we've lost sight of it again. He's only got 16 rounds of HE left, then he's got 5 rounds of heat ammo. So probably wants to hold on to that heat ammo for the moment because it's rather expensive. No, he's wasting ammo while you fire at something you can't see and he doesn't know where it is. He's just guessing at the moment. He needs his teammates to find it for him. And unfortunately, they're singularly unwilling to do so at the moment. One of them is in fact coming back down, and I think he's going to head the 60 GFT. I think he's going to move slightly west along the bottom of the hill. At least I hope that's what he's doing. No, he's not. He's going up onto the plateau whilst the Excalibur comes over the top. Well, this pause in the battle has come about because the team does not appear to be willing to go and find the enemy. Well, they found an enemy by default. The OI experimental went to the center rock and sat there. And now they found him. And the 60 GFT has been wiped out. But he's getting good hits on the OI experimental, which is so big it's, well, fairly difficult not to hit. And another hit. And the next one should finish him off. Oh, our VK3001H has been set on fire. And the OI experimental is killed. And so is the VK. And in fact, it was the enemy Arty that killed the VK. Well, again, the team do not seem willing to go out and find the enemy. And the only tank that seems to be doing any looking at all is the Excalibur. And this might be the reason that we had a bit of a problem with the reticule. Yes, Steel Mike was half off the ridge. He was actually hanging over the edge. And he might have been pushed there whilst he was trying to aim when those tanks were passing him earlier on in the game. And he just didn't come out of Battle Assistant to see why his reticule was not aiming at the target. Let's see if it's working this time. Yes, it appears to be. Or is it? No, it's still slightly off. He's aiming towards the hill, but the reticule's slightly to one side. He fires a round in. In fact, now it doesn't seem to be aiming at the spot where he's looking. He fired at the Striv M42, but the shell didn't go anywhere near it. Well, this Arty has a view range of 390 meters, which means if there is some enemy near the cap, he's probably going to be the first one to spot it, rather than that P43, who's sitting up on top of the heights. But Steel Mike has decided to get closer to his teammates, and that's probably a good idea, but his teammates seem singularly reluctant to actually go and find the enemy. Which means, obviously, it's going to be very difficult to win this battle, because they're just not bothered to actually fight it. They're not bothered to actually take any risk whatsoever for fear that they might die. Well, why bother to play a war game if you're too scared to die? The Excalibur is the only one who's actually doing anything, and he's now found one of the enemy. In fact, two of the enemy have been found. A 25 TP and a Striv M42. The 25 TP gets wiped out. The Striv M42... Well, this aiming is very, very peculiar indeed, and I'm getting very concerned about this. You see, the shells are not even going near the aim point. Very peculiar. I may have to reload the mods after the battle and see why this battle is not showing up correctly. Hopefully Steel Mike will be able to explain why the reticule is not aiming at the aim point. Again, he extends his aim, and you can see that the reticule is well away from the actual aim point. He's looking over to the west side of the map, and the reticule is nowhere near it. And there's the box tank. There's both of the Arty, and looks like Steel Mike is going for the Arty. He fires around, just lands short of the, or just long on the SU-122A. He's about to fire another one, and he hit the SU-122A, but they both disappeared from sight. He fires another round in at the same spot. And it looks like the Excalibur just got hit by the Gorilla. He fires another round at the SU-122, and this time he's killed it. Okay, there's the Gorilla. Dials in on the target, and kill shot. So he's wiped out both of the enemy Arty. There's only one tank left to kill, and that's a T1 Heavy. But he doesn't appear to be in the north, so he must have made his way south. So it may be the P-43 is going to be the first one to spot that tank. Oh, and yes, he is. In fact, no, actually, it probably was Steel Mike who spotted him, because the T1 Heavy is actually behind him and less than 390 meters away. He fires a shotgun round, or is it an aim round actually? Pulls back behind the bushes. Well, we just lost the P-43 to the T1 Heavy, who's somewhere in those bushes. Must have seen the P-43 or 43P P-43 standing up on that heights. Going for the T1. Yep, got a hit. And he set fire to him. And again, he's auto-aimed on, and the T1 Heavy's killed. The Excalibur got him. How very peculiar. Well, that was a weird battle, I must admit. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Where was the first class tank from Steel Mike in the 105 leFH18B2? He managed to get a counter battery fire medal for taking out both of the enemy Arty, the SU-122A and the Gorilla. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, he got 4 exactly, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 14. Out of that battle, he also picked up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, and his win rate was 6,460. Let's have a look at team score. There you go, 1,650 hit points of damage, getting the high caliber. The next high scorer was the OI Experimental on his team with 1307 and the Excalibur 1293. When it came to kills, he had the highest number again. 4 kills, 3 kills to the T-3485M and the enemy SU-122A, surprisingly, with 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, he's got the top in that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 858 base experience points, 835 to the Excalibur and 817 to the T-3485M. He fired 36 rounds, got 17 direct hits, 1 penetration, 21 splash. Damage of 1,650 hit points, of which 1,566 were at more than 300 meters. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4, and did 576 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 45,026 credits from that game, got 4,608 credits for ammunition resupply, so he took away 40,418 credits overall, and 26 bonds, so 25 for Veni Vidi Vici, and 1 bond for getting the high caliber. 1,287 XP times 4 for the first victory, got 515 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 5,663 altogether. So, a very interesting battle in terms of why the rescue didn't match the aim point. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit further, and if it turns out that there is a respawn explanation, maybe we will explain that in the next battle, because we have another battle with Steel Mike coming up shortly. Thanks for watching.